If you want to set up a secure folder on Google Pixel 10 Pro, you can use private space, which is pretty much the same thing as secure folder that is, for example, used on Samsung smartphones. In order to set it up, we need to go to settings. Over here, we're gonna scroll down to security and privacy. There we go. And afterwards, scroll down here in order to find private space. Let's use your screen lock password or your fingerprint in order to continue. And then we can press setup in the bottom right corner. Now we just have to wait a couple of seconds to let the phone set up the private space. And it is like a separate environment from everything that you have outside of the phone. We also can use a different Google account if you want to. You can also use the same Google account. There is no issue with that as well. So let me quickly sign in. There we go. Now I want to select that I will be using this device. Let's go next. And then we need to agree to Google's terms of service. And then we can choose a password that we wish to use for the private space. So you can either use a completely separate password that will be used just for that private space, or you can use the same password that you use for the lock screen. So I'm gonna set up a new password. First, we need to enter the screen lock password in order to continue, and then we can choose the password type that will be used for private space. And these options also include the fingerprint sensor. If you want to choose a password but without scanning your finger, then of course we can press continue without fingerprint unlock, and then you can choose one of these password types and set up a password. So I'm gonna set up an easy pattern for myself. Enter your password twice in order to confirm. There we go. And shortly after that, you will see that you are all set. In order to find the private space, you just have to scroll all the way down in the app drawer. Tap on this lock over here, enter the password, and here we have our private space. And now over here we can press on install button in order to install apps that should be in the private space. So we do not move apps from here, from the app drawer, for example, from our phone into the private space. We actually install apps separately. So you can have different apps installed in the private space. You can use that, for example, to clone apps, to lock apps, or to hide apps, depending on what you actually need. And that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.